अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं जानकीनायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे अच्युतं केशवं सत्यभामाधवं माधवं श्रीधरं राधितं इन्दिरामन्दिरं चेतसा सुन्दरं देवकी नन्दनं नन्दजं सन्ददे।
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं। सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुकारस्वन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Your 33 श्रोत्रियो अवृजिनो अकामहतो यो ब्रह्मवित्तमः ब्रह्मण्युपरतः शान्तः निरिन्दिन इवानलः हेतुकदया सिन्धुः बन्धुरानुमतां सताम्. The one who has learned the Shastra through a proper sampradaya, who is a Brahmanistha, who always dwells in the recognition of Param Brahman as all that is here, that kind of a person who is devoid of any mala, which is ragadvesha, and who is shanta and fully quenched of all likes and dislikes, that kind of sadhu who is a reservoir of daya, compassion, may you go and seek knowledge from. This is what we saw, 33, now 34. Tamaradhya gurum bhaktya prahva prashraya sevanaihi prasannam tamanuprapya prichet jnatavyamaatmanaha. Gurum aradhya bhaktya, that kind of a guru may you worship through devotion. Prahva prashraya sevanaihi, by doing service with humility and with surrender. Prasannam tamanuprapya vichede jnadavyam atmanaha. At the right time, when he is happy with your service, at that time may you ask him that you want to know what that Atma Swarupa is, or whatever you want to know, you ask him. Why should you do bhakti, seva, all these things? The reason is that you need to have a attitude of surrender to the Guru. A Guru is always symbolized by Paduka. Guru Padukabhyan Namaha. Paduka signifies surrender. Falling at the feet is a form of surrender. It's a symbol of surrender. Why do you have to do that? Because the biggest problem that we have, the hindrance that we have for this jnanam is our own ego, the ahankara, which is loaded with lot of likes and dislikes, guilt and hurt, pride, all kinds of things, which makes it very difficult for us to do shravanam, to listen to Shastra from Guru, because we will get interrupted by our own mind. So, in order to overcome that, for your own benefit, you should surrender your ego at the altar of Guru, because the Guru is the conduit through which you are going to receive the vision of Shastra. And to gain the vision of Shastra, you need to surrender to the means of knowledge. And the means of knowledge is Guru Shastra Vakya. The Shastra Vakya which comes from the Shrotriya Guru. That is the means. Unless you surrender to the means, give it the benefit of doubt and let it operate without any interference from your own ego and mind and thoughts and likes and dislikes and hatred and all that, this knowledge cannot take place. So may you do this, and then only you seek the knowledge. All these have to be done properly, then only it will work. In fact, the problem that we have in today's world is, even before an adhikaritva is gained, even before a proper attitude of surrender is gained, even before the basic qualities of Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampatti and all that is gained, we just try to read Vedanta through some paperback books, listen to something online, and then think why this knowledge is not happening. Or you may think, oh, this is all humbug. These are all just some concepts, philosophies. There are n number of philosophies which are fighting with each other, so there is no truth to it. So these kind of things will come because, one, you are not yet qualified. Two, you don't have the right attitude. Three, you are not getting it from the right source. You are not hearing it through the right methodology. So there are a lot of problems. That's why in those days Vedanta was kept very guhyam, rahasyam. Knowledge itself was called rahasyam because it has to be given at the right time to the right person in the right method. Then only it will work. Otherwise, what is told is a very, very simple thing, that all that is here is only one vastu, which is consciousness Brahman. That's all is the teaching. That is it. Now you can listen to this. Unless you are qualified, unless you have the right attitude, and unless it is being expounded in the right way, you won't be able to gain this knowledge. That is what we find today, because there is a lot of availability, access to this knowledge in the form of online sessions, PDFs, paperbacks, translations. It's all available. And there are people who know the language, who can understand the words in their own way and then talk about it. And you are not even able to make a distinction between who is the really learned jnani versus who is not. So it is creating a lot of commotion. Therefore, it needs to be pursued in the right way by the right person at the right time. All that is important. So here, seva, that attitude to Guru, if you are not even in a position to have that attitude, it means you are still not ready for it. If you are asking the question, why should I surrender to somebody? Why do I need that kind of an ego is still there? That's fine. You don't have to surrender, but then it won't work. Now let's go to 35. Swamin namaste, nataloka bandho, karunya sindho, patidam bhavabdhau, mamuddhara, atmiya kataksha drishtya, ridvyatika व्याति कारुण्य सुधाभिवृष्ट्या ऋज्व्य अधिकारुण्य सुधाभिवृष्ट्या स्वामिन् नमस्ते स्वामी स्वम् अस्य अस्ति इति स्वामी I am the property of whom? That is what the word swamin means. I belong to somebody. That's a swami. So I am your possession. I have no individual ego of my own. I have surrendered to you. That's signified by the word Swamin. Te Namaha. I am like surrendered to you. I bow down to you. Nata Loka Bandho. You are the friend of the whole world. Karunya Sindho. You are the ocean of compassion. Karunya Sindho. Nataloka Bandho. Nataloka Bandho means for the ones who have surrendered, you are a friend. Patitam Bhavabdhau Mam. The one who is caught in the whirlpool of the samsara, that kind of a mam, me, uddhara, may you lift me from this samsara that I am caught in. Atmiya kataksha drishtya, your own graceful glance, which sees me as your own. Rij vya atikarunya. Riju means very simple, but it is atikarunya. Atikarunya means it is overly high grace, supreme grace, supreme kindness, mercy, compassion. Sudha abhivrishtiya, that kind of a compassion which is in the form of nectar flowing from your sight, glance. Through that, may you see me as your own and bestow thy compassion on me. Durvara samsara davagnitaptam. 36. Dodhuyamanam durahrishtavaataihi. Pītam prapannam paribahi mrityoho sharanyamanyad yadaham na jane. Durvara samsara. This samsara, that is durvara, very difficult to get rid of. This is not easy to come out of without knowing yourself. Otherwise, you can go to any swarga or loka or go to places, build more relationships, change your relations. People get married 7 times these days, one after the other. But samsara just continues. It is affliction which is not, you can't get over it by these kind of pursuits. Durvara samsara, davagni taptam, the forest fire, which is all the time making me unhappy, just burns me. Dodhuyamanam, Duradrishta Vatai. There's a lot of wind which actually makes me fly here and there. So it is making me so fearful, afraid. Bhitam prapannam. Because of my fear, I am seeking refuge in you. Paripahi, may you protect me. You only can protect because you have already crossed this and you are the one who is the refuge for people like us who are samsare patitam mrityoho. Paripahi, from this birth and death. Okay, the cycle of birth and death. May you protect me. Sharanyam anyam anyade yadaham na jane. I don't know any other shelter. This seems to be the only shelter. Even if I analyze if there is any other shelter, there doesn't seems to be anything which can protect me. So may you protect me. That is 36. Now 37. Shanta Mahanto Nivasanti Santo Vasantavallokahidam Jarantaha Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam Janan Ahetunan Jnana Pidarayantaha. Then the question will come, are such people even there? You are writing as though I have already identified such a Karuna Sindhu, somebody who is already there. I know that kind of a person is there. Then you can give me advice how to go and ask him. But are such people there? So here the shloka says, they are there. Charantaha. There are people who are wandering. Wandering where? Lokahitam. Okay. For the sake of the welfare of the world. Lokahitartham. Vasantavate. They are like spring. Like the spring, they are helping people. Shantaha. They are shanta. They are calm. They are not after any fame or money or anything. They are just Atma Rama, resting in themselves. Mahantaha. They are great, complete, Purna, Brahman itself. That's why they are called Mahantaha. Brahmavite, Brahmaiva. The one who knows Brahman is Brahman, and there is nothing larger than Brahman. Therefore, is Mahan. They are Mahanta. Nivasanti, Santaha. They are sadhus who are there as spring to the world. Because of them only the world is having some peace. By their mere presence, they create a peaceful vibe in the whole Jagat. Therefore, Shantaha, Mahantaha, Nivasanti Santaha, Vasantavate Lokahitam Charantaha. Their only objective is welfare of everyone. Like Vasanta Ritu, when it comes, people are so happy. Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam. They have themselves crossed this Bhima Bhavarnavam, the fearful birth and death, the dreadful ocean of birth and death. Bhava means samsara, Arnavam means the ocean. Janan ahetunan yanapi tarayantah. They have no motive to teach, to help, because for them everything is Brahman, there is no dukkha, there is no ajnana also. But then, because of their daya, they identify themselves with these samsari people and then help them. 38. Ayam swabhavaha swatayeva yat parashramaapanoda pravanam mahatmanam sudamshuresha swayamarka karkasham abhitaptam avatikshitim kilam. Why are they doing it? Why do these jnanis? What is the motive? Why should they do all these things? They can just be in Nishtha all the time. Yes, they will be in Nishtha. When they are teaching also, they are in Nishtha only. That is called Sahaja Samadhi. At one place, Shankaravashya Bhagavad-pada says, when the verses bring back your mind, yato yato nischarati tatastato niyamya atmani eva vasham naye. That's a Bhagavad Gita verse. Whenever the mind goes out, bring it back to the Atma. How will we all interpret it? Mind is going to external objects. Then leave the objects from your mind and then bring it inside you as your Atma. That's not what Bhashyakara says. He says if you are seeing an object and a Dvaita Bhava with it, just bring the idea that there is no Dvaitam. That object that you are seeing is also Brahman. Wherever your mind goes, place is also Brahman only. The mind cannot go anywhere where there is no Brahman. It is just you don't see it as Brahman at that moment. So he says just recognize the Brahman even in that object. That's all. Like that, a jnani, even when the person is teaching, he is Nishtavan only. You don't worry. But the question here is why is this jnani teaching and all that? So he says, I am Swabhavaha. The Karuna is his Swabhava. Parapremaspadam. Paramapremaspadam is your Atma Vastu. Your Atma is Paramaprema because for you to love your Atma, there is no reason needed. For everything else, you need a reason. But to love yourself, do you need a reason? You just love without any reason. That is Paramapremaspadam. Atma Vastu is where your love is. And the Kripaka. So if you see everything as Atma, then everything is an object of Karuna for you, compassion. So it is Swabhavikam. Ayam Swabhavaha. Swataha eva. Yat Parashramapana Apanoda Pravanam. Removing others' trouble. Parashrama. The other people's shrama. To remove apanodanam. Apanodanartham. Means removing. We in the Sankalpa we say no, Apanodanartham. Mahatmanam Swabhavaha. Mahatma Swabhava is like that. Sudamshu Resha Swayam Arka Karkasha Prabha Abhitaptam Avati. The moon, for it to give coolness for people who are burnt by the hot sun. Sudamshu. For the Sudanshu, Chandra, it has nectar in it. It's Sudamshu. So its rays are so cooling. For it is the Swabhava. Like that, for Mahatmas, it's the Swabhava to give welfare to the world. 39. Very beautiful, this verse. ब्रह्मानन्दरसानुभूतिकलितैः पूतैः युष्मद्वाक्कलशोज्झितैः श्रुतिसुखैर्वाक्यामृतैः सेचया सन्तप्तं भवतापदावदहनज्वालाभिरेनं प्रभो धन्यास्ते भवदीक्षणक्षणगते पात्रीकृताः स्वीकृताः. Very nice shloka. It's a prayer to the Guru, asking the Guru to shower the nectar-like grace of Shruti Vakya Tattva. Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi Putaihi Shushitaihi Yutaihi Yushmad Vak Kalashojjitaihi Shruti Sukaihi Vakyamritaihi. Sechaya, sprinkle with what? Nectar, Amritaihi. The Amritam nectar which is there, through just sprinkle those drops of nectar on me. What nectar? Shruti Sukaihi Vakyamritaihi. The whole Sukha Vakyas of Shruti. Why is it Sukha? Because it talks about Atma, which is Parama Premaspadam. Shruti Sukaihi Vakyaihi Amritaihi. The nectar-like words of Shruti. And the words themselves are not nectar. It is nectar-like because it actually makes you Amritaha, beyond birth and death. But that along with that Vakyamrita, it is your own contribution also. You being the Guru, Brahmananda Rasa Anubhuti Kalitaihi, your own Jnanam, Rasa Anubhuti. The Brahmananda Jnanam, the Brahma Swarupa Jnanam that you have, that is your Anubhuti. And that Anubhuti only makes it even more effective. Shushitaihi, it is also very cooling, pleasing. Yushmadvak Kalashojjitaihi, in your own set of words, mouth, which is like a pot that contains the nectar. Utaihi, it is like complete, that kind of pure, cold, nectar-like words of Shruti, which is held in your heart and mouth, colored by your own wisdom, through your knowledge of Brahman. Those kind of words may you sprinkle on me. Why? Because Santaptam, I am shivering, burning in the hotness, the heat of Bhavatapa, Davadahana, the forest fire of the worldly affliction, samsara, Jwalabihi, through the flames of that hot fire, I am being burnt. Enam Prabho. So may I become the one who is blessed with your glance, because Danyaha te, those people are really blessed who Bhavadikshana Kshanagatehe Patrikritaha Svikritaha. People who have exposed themselves to your glance, your kataksha has fallen on whoever. Those are people who are really blessed. May I also be the one who is blessed by your grace, because it is only your Vakya, Shruti Vakya coming through your mouth, you being a Jnani, that can give me the moksha that I am seeking. Otherwise, what else is the option? 40th Katam Tareyam Bhavasindhu Metam Kavagatirme Katamostyupayah Janena Kinchit Kripayava Mam Prabho Samsara Duksha Kshatima Tanushya. Otherwise, how am I Katam Tareyam Bhavasindhum? How else can I actually cross this ocean? Is there a way I can cross any ocean? Ocean, you can cross a river possibly. That too, crossing Ganga is not that easy. But you cannot cross an ocean. Udupe nasti sagaram, Kalidasa writes, by a small boat I can't cross the ocean. Here I have no boat also, I am only trying to swim. How can I cross? What is my gati? Kava gatirme katamosti upaya. I have no means to do. Janena kinchit, I have no knowledge of anything. Kripaya avamam prabho, you only have to save me. By samsara dukkha kshatim asanusva, by putting an end to this samsara. So we will see from 41 in the next session. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.